church clothes, loafing in my pennies. Talking that they nigga about me looking silly. I don't be that name, that's all these shallow souls. I'm focused on forever, don't know what tomorrow holds. Wanna go to war with God, you ain't gon' make it. Making America stop. Talk about money you make. We gon' be faking. You know your reputation.
Here's Embiid, yet to see a basket. Screen by Embiid, Grimes.
There's 21 seconds left in the first. Guys are looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And Grimes has it in the corner. Wide open. And it's MB with the rebound. MB's got 6 rebounds in the game. And the buzzer sounds and the first, and we've got a blowout underway here. The Warriors on top, delivering the blowout. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from San Francisco. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Warriors.
The ball movement has been outstanding so far. They've come out of the gate looking for that extra pass.
And in addition, the three-point shooting has been dialed in tonight. They seem poised for a big game from deep.
They've got Black. MP out there with Kuczynski. And it's Robinson. So that's the group out there for Golden State. And Greg, everyone talks about the importance of basketball IQ. Can you win in the NBA with a low IQ team?
Boy, it would be tough. I mean, there's a reason younger teams typically don't win at the highest levels, but you need to take those lumps and get that experience and learn from those lessons.
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaPorte.
Well, MP in the last matchup against Portland was tremendous. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he did everything else he could have wanted as well, ending with a triple-double. And with the flashy numbers he put up in that one, it's worth the price of admission just to see how he follows it up. Guys?
Great stuff as always, Allie. Thank you.
Oh, yes! What did he just do? MP showing some insane athleticism.
Here's Shafino. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game. Pass to Toppin. Here's MB. For the three. Toppin can't get it to go.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Alston, good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Philadelphia's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Clemens, covered by MP. Toppin, no one around him. Another miss by Philadelphia. And so MP will bring it up.
Oh! My goodness.
That dunk from MP is usually what you see on the blacktop.
Here's Shafino. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Pass to Toppin. Shot to stop the run. The 76ers again can't hit it.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock Crabtree down. No defenders in sight.
And here's MG for three. Trains it from beyond the arc. Olsen's got 37.
And even after all those three-pointers he hit in that first quarter, looks like the D still didn't learn its lesson as they've left him open for another one.
Grimes passes to Clemens. Here's Shafino. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And beat the screen. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Shafino's got 5 now.
And with that three-pointer, how about ending that 11-0 run by by Golden State.
Black finds ND. Here's Podziemski.
I know that I messed up. I know that I left us. I was in a bad place. Now I'm doing better.
MP is out there with Brandon Podziemski. Then it's Anthony Black. Then there's Mitchell Robinson. That's the Warriors 5. Grant, you played in the more physical era of the NBA. Now it seems like the league is trying to strike a balance there.
I think you're spot on, B.A. There's been some back and forth, trying to keep the game free-flowing and physical. The league's trying for the best of both worlds.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. And Mitchell Robinson picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And with players now able to earn money at the collegiate level, what does that do for the NBA league?
Well, I do think overall it's a good thing. As a former college athlete myself, I love to see these guys get rewarded, and possibly you get to the league, you're a little bit more polished and grown up.
Bottom line is you may have made some money, but when you have a chance to play against the best of the best, that's why you go pro.
There's nothing like it.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Trailblazers was tremendous. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he registered a triple-double, showing off all of his skills. That night will be etched in people's memories. He was relentless. I'm curious to see how he follows it up. Guys?
Nice work, Allie. Thank you. It'll be interesting to see if he can heat up once again tonight, Grant.
Yeah, you know he wants to do exactly this, B.A. Just needs to continue to play with the same fire and energy.
Well, I expect they'll go to him early here, hoping for a repeat performance.
And even from where we're sitting, you can clearly tell it was a foul.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats of the Warriors.
You figured they might want to come out and run, and it's been the key for them early. They are just feasting on fast break chances.
And then there's the points off turnovers. They've really made the other team pay when they've lacked ball security.
And both free throws good for MP.
One of those guys who came into the league with great expectations. MP has met those and did so.
Now here's Grimes.
Whatever God starts, he's gonna finish. It might have looked down, now my team is winning. Look how much they friends, now they wanna be in it. It might have looked down, now my
Now, here's Maxey. Still scoreless. And Greg, you were a point guard. How has that position evolved over the years?
Well, if you think of how much more of the court that has to be covered and the style, you have to score more now to play the position. I think shooting becomes incredibly important. And then defensively, with all the switching, you got to be able to hold up against size and put.
And it's the Sixers with the ball. And Grant, in recent years, we've seen the pace of the NBA game increasing.
Yeah, it stagnated in the 90s, but it is back. We're still not at the frenetic pace of the 1960s when we'd see over 120 possessions a game, but the efficiency is at an all-time high.
And the 76ers, looking at who they've got. Joel Embiid is out there with Toppin. Then there's Quentin Grimes. Then it's Maxey. And it's Edwards in at the three. Oh, stolen by Embiid. Here's Grimes.
Nice adjustment there, going to the full court press, trying to ratchet up the pressure here a little bit.
Podziemski out there with MP. Then it's Aaron Gordon. Then it's Robinson. And it's Coles in at the small forward. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Now, Greg, you've had a long NBA career, so I'm curious, what's one of the biggest changes you've noticed since you've retired?
Well, you know, one that doesn't get talked about enough, length. You know, players these days are just longer, especially in the backcourt, and that wing position feels like...
He's gonna finish. It might have looked down and my team is winning. Look how I've been friends, now they wanna be in it. It might have looked down and my team is winning.
So it's Philadelphia now. First chance of the year for them to go up against this Warriors team.
Last season, they got swept in a 2-game season series against this opponent. I'm sure they're looking for payback tonight.
Yeah, their pride took a hit. I think this game needs just a little bit extra because of that.
So on the floor for Philadelphia, we've got Edwards, Maxey out there with Quentin Grimes. Then it's Obi Toppin, and it's Embiid in at the 5 down low. Tim, growing up in the D.C. area, at what point did you fall in love with the sport of basketball?
Well, BA, the first team I loved were the Washington Bullets in the late 70s with Elvin Hayes. They won that one championship in Washington. But Larry Bird coming into the league in 1980 really changed everything for me. That's when I truly fell in love with the sport, emulating a guy like that.
Greatest player from the DMV?
Well, I guess I'd have to say Kevin Durant, certainly.
And Tim Legler.
He's a better answer.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, and their last time out